Oh, you came rushing in here. Oh my. Is something wrong? Are you running away from something? My, you look so frantic. Are you alright? Are you injured? Do I need to go grab someone? You look exhausted already. Surely the snake didn't take that much out of you, did she? You even bypassed my maids. You're very lucky you didn't get lost. Like I said, if someone wanders these halls, they tend to get stuck. Well, I am relieved that you made it back all right. Did you get everything you needed? It's odd, though. For some reason, I thought that you may have been slain already. She had eaten? Oh, that explains things better. Either way, I'm relieved. It would have been quite sad to think that something happened to you. Oh, I don't care if you're filthy. Go sit down. Give me a second and I'll come follow you. Like I said, I'm a bit relieved. Oh, good. Your muscles seem to be screaming at you. Did you run back this whole entire way? I know you're on a bit of a time crunch, but still, you need to treat yourself better. Treat your body like a temple. I'll make sure someone makes you some tea, alright? No. Well, if you insist. Well, if you're doing alright, then tell me what happened. Did you get what you needed? Was the fox there? Share. There was no fox to be seen, What's that in your hand? Oh. Oh, it definitely smells like fox. I see. She found herself swallowed up, Well, she did deserve it, I suppose. I'm not going to fret over it. If anything, it just means it's her time to die. Serves her right in a way. But still, it's no tale, but this'll do. This is proof enough. And look at that, you have a satchel. Was everything that you needed inside? Oh, that's great. The rattler didn't try to keep anything from you, did she? No, that's wonderful. At least she didn't try to steal it from you. Not that I expect her to use any of the items that you had anyways. I felt like it was an easier task getting your items back than it would have been fighting her. Though, don't you need something from her? I can't imagine she gave up anything so easily. Perhaps she was amused by you? I can definitely see why. You made a deal. Well, I suppose whatever gets you safe, the means to an end at least. I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted. You're going to have to repeat yourself. No, it's not that I was ignoring you. It's embarrassing to say, but I'd have to say I'm getting a bit distracted. Perhaps it's because it's so close to your time, you smell a bit stronger. But like I said, everything should be fine. I have much self-control. I am hundreds of years old after all. Apologies. Go on with your story. She was just laying there. How odd. She never was the one to strike first, but still, to leave you unscathed is a bit odd. And you were inside her den, weren't you? Now that just doesn't seem right. I shouldn't dwell too much on it. All that matters is that you're here, alive and safe. So, I suppose I can take that as a win for now. It was quiet as death outside. I'm sure it was. Not even the cicadas were chirping, so I was a bit worried about you. There we are. But you got your scale, yes? Huh. I'll have to just let that go. In other words, I was able to get a meal while you were out. I expected you to take more time, but it's almost better this way. Thankfully, my pack was able to find me a suitable meal. What do I mean by suitable? Well, let's just say it keeps me from withering out. Obviously not human. I haven't had human in a very long time. Realistically, if I had human blood, I'd be much stronger than I am now. But animal blood keeps me sustained enough. A lot of vampires apparently go mad from it, but I'd say I'm pretty safe right now. So far, there have been no lapses in judgment, and at the very beginning it was tough, but now I've gotten quite used to eating animals. I suppose I'm becoming more like the beasts outside, which is fine. If anything, I'm starting to enjoy it, at least finding some camaraderie between us. Besides, if I partook in human blood, well, I don't think that we'd be sitting here together right now anyways. So, I'd call it a win. But suitable for me this time was a centaur. It was an interesting meal. Oh, well, it turns out the wolves left one for me. Oh no, not the normal ones, of course not. One of the tribe's members that were going to eat you. I feel like it's poetic justice in a way. Like I said, it's their fault for misbehaving on my land. They knew the rules, and they knew what they were doing. Taste? That's, an odd question, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to answer you. Though, usually centaurs have this earthy flavor, fresh and clean. But these ones, unfortunately, they were not that great. Oh, it's not like it's a bad meal per se. Eating is better than nothing, but I suppose I could describe it as leftovers? Is that what you would call it? Food that has been out for a while. It's a bit spoiled, a bit rotten, but you're desperate, so you decide to eat it anyways. Though I suppose, if it was any other circumstance, you'd probably get very sick. But in many ways, I suppose I can't really argue that I am also sick, so... No, of course not. I'm not so terribly ill that I'll kick the bucket at the drop of the hat, but it's more like I'm susceptible to things. But at this point, if I go out with something as simple as a sickness or a lack of a good meal, then I suppose it was my time to go. You know? Well, how do I explain? Human blood works as, well, how do I explain? Human blood works a lot like an antibiotic. My vampire venom slowly eats away at my insides. It may be created by me, but it doesn't mean it's not toxic to me. After all, technically I'm not a creature born a vampire. I was turned. So no matter what, these toxins and venoms were not created by my body itself. So it may be slowly but surely, but it will be breaking down my insides. Unlike a tried and true pureblood vampire, where they, fortunately, don't have to worry about that sort of thing. Their bodies were already equipped to contain venom from the start, whereas mine was morphed. But it's not perfect. Animal blood creates a barrier between my flesh and the venom that courses through my veins. It's like a cushion or bubble wrap. But eventually those toxins will break down that wrap, and it will go back to my skin. And that's sort of the best way I can describe it. Now you see, human blood, it contains what I'd like to call healing properties. Or say I were to drink a human. A lot of the damage that has been done over the years of me not having human blood would be healed very quickly. It would flow between the venom and my insides, and in there it would repair a lot of the damage. Does it hurt? Well, I don't know why I'm sharing all this with you, but I guess I could say it's like a constant burning effect. Yes. It doesn't hurt, per se. It's obnoxious right now. It burns a lot more when you're denied. Or say, it burns a lot more when I'm in the presence of it, but once you leave, it'll be much easier for me to maintain. It'll jolt down into embers instead of a fire. I remember the last time I tried to stop. Well, hundreds of years ago, the first time, before I met my darling. I had stopped for only a week, and during my travels I bumped into a merchant. I was in control for the most part, but I was younger, so it was harder for me. And everything was fine. I was even able to walk away, but unfortunately, when he went to pick up his belongings, he nicked his hand, and, well, it was too much to bear at that point. The moment fresh blood hit my senses, I couldn't control myself. And that was my first regret. Unfortunately, he didn't make it out, and I certainly didn't have it in me to try to, turn him. It was much easier for me to drain and go on. But I did regret it. But the damage that I had done to myself in the week was nearly instantly repaired. But that was because there wasn't much damage to begin with. I regret to say, even if I did try to heal my body now with a human, I feel like it would turn into a bloodbath. A rampage, even. Just one meal wouldn't be enough to repair the many, many, many years of damage. So unfortunately, I would either have to imprison someone and keep draining their blood slowly but surely while trying to maintain my self-control, or I'd have to slaughter a whole town. So, at this point, it's much easier for me to deny myself. My morals are a bit stronger, and fortunately, the longer I go without human blood, the stronger my morals get. My sense of right and wrong. Really, I don't think I could ever forgive myself if I hurt someone. Not again. But, thankfully, I don't have to worry about that now, do I? Let's see. Okay, so you have your things, you have your dagger. The snake woman was awfully kind to you. It's not quite like her, but I'm going to have to take it. It's better than me going out there and trying to retrieve one myself. I'd hate to admit it, but I don't think I'd win in a fight against her right now. What was that? Would I be hurt if what? Don't jest about those kinds of things. It's not very funny. I don't think I'd be able to forgive myself if I hurt you. Not really. Not even just because you're, well, I could consider you a friend right now. Just because you're human in general, I would hate to do something like that to you. Like I said, I made a promise to myself that after my darling, I wouldn't hurt another human again. It was too painful, and I still haven't forgiven myself. I don't think I deserve to be forgiven for that. So no, I couldn't make anyone my companion. Not yet. Not now. As much as it pains me to, well, be lonely, it's the price I must pay for my sins. So, I think a large part of me wouldn't want to make you my companion, though. I'd be lying if I said it was 100% of me. Of course, there's a small, lonely part of me that really wants you, but that's too greedy. How am I feeling now? What do you mean by that? As in my mood? As in my forgiveness level? As in my hunger? That's a very broad question to ask. What do you think you're doing? Don't you know it's dangerous to try to get close to a vampire like this? You should know better. Didn't I just tell you how hungry I was? You're really pushing your luck, I hope you know. I am. Really. If I was any other vampire, this desk would be in shatters and you'd be up against the wall. What are you doing? A deal? What part of a deal are you talking about? You don't have any deals with me. What do you think you're doing? Why would you do that to yourself? You should leave. I said you should leave now. Are you mocking me? Slicing your hand open like that? Just like before. I can't, but you smell so good. Why would you do that? How cruel of you. Is this what the serpent wanted? I thought so. How cruel. How could you do something like this? I suppose it's survival of the fittest, though, isn't it? At the end of the day, if you're going to die anyways, I suppose I could take you myself. You're so close to death as it is, and you smell so good. I wonder, do you taste as good as you smell? Really? You should go. I said get out. Get out. Get out, get out, get out. I said get out. Don't run. Don't turn your back on me. If you do, I'll chase you down and take you myself. How cruel. How cruel, how cruel. How could you do this to me? I've been so good. It's so hard. It's so hard, it's so hard. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. It hurts. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it burns. Oh, you can even try to hide if you want. If you get a head start and run, that would make the chase fun. and make it so delicious. I can imagine it. The blood pumping through your veins, your heart fluttering under my... Oh, even if you tried to hide among my pack, it wouldn't matter. If the reward is worth it, I'll take anything out. I'll take them all. And then maybe, once I'm done with you, I can go into town. There'd be lots of delicious meals in there. You would be so delicious, so good. Oh, you look so frightened. It's wonderful. Look at you. Look at you. Delicious, delicious. You'll be so tasty. Oh, come on now. Don't run from me. Oh, come back. Or no, keep running. I'll find you, I will. I promise. No matter where you go, I'm going to get you. So close.